But I'm not letting you go. I'm not letting the good folks watching at home go without talking about the FCS National Championship game between number 1 South Dakota State and number 2 Montana. South Dakota State, a 12.5-point favorite in this game, and it carries an over-under 49.5. It kicks off Sunday, January 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern on ABC. Why are they pitting it against the NFL? It's beyond me, but hey, whatever. I'm going to be watching this game, and it's played from Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. Look, Montana right now is one of the nation's hottest teams after taking down North Dakota State. Back-to-back thrill. I mean, like, not just FCS. Like, these were two of the best college football games played all year. They just went off the wall. If you didn't have to watch, I'm sorry. Go back and watch the highlights. This is also thanks in part to receiver, returnman specialist, whatever you want to call him. Junior Bergen might be the country's most exciting player, and I do not say that lightly. Now, the Grizz finished their regular season also just taking it to rival Montana State in a very surprising result, in my opinion. Not the win, but in the manner in which they did. Now, on the other side, South Dakota State, they look somewhat vulnerable. I'm putting quotes around that in the quarterfinal against Villanova, but it took sub-freezing temperatures, about 55-mile-an-hour winds, and a top 10 rushing defense in the nation to even make South Dakota State look somewhat vulnerable, and they still beat them by more than 10 points. And then they went on and just UAlbany, they beat them 59-0. The number 1 rushing defense in the FCS made them look absolutely pedestrian. So South Dakota State, they are second in rushing defense, and that's where Montana's offense operates. So they match up really well. But Kelly, you always say that time to prepare benefits the underdog a little bit more. When it comes down to it, I trust Mark Gronowski more than Clifton McDowell. I think this is the last hurrah for this group that's managed to stay together and intact for South Dakota State. That also includes Isaiah Davis, who's just an absolute beast of a football player. I can't bet against them right now. Can't do it. This is the stat that just sends me over. I cannot believe this. They're the number 1 red zone offense and the number 1 red zone defense. On offense, they are scoring touchdowns in the red zone 82.7% of trips and allowing touchdowns in the red zone on just 31.3% of trips. That is insane. A 50% gap there in red zone scoring. You're not going to beat that. Period. Hard stop. Now, Montana plays their best football at home, and this isn't at home. This is South Dakota State minus 12.5 for me.
Yeah, Brett, I do say that time to prepare benefits the underdog, and I believe that wholeheartedly. I'm just not sure that there's enough time in the world for Montana to prepare for this one. It's a mismatch. The Grizz are really good. They really are. But South Dakota State, I mean, they'd be a top 25 power-rated team in the FBS. The fact that they're playing FCS football, it's just not fair. I mean, to FCS this year, it's really not fair. This is a high-quality FBS team playing at the FCS level. My FCS light model has this South Dakota State by around 17-ish. I think the Jackrabbits roll and go down as one of the best FCS teams of all time. I don't have a historical rating data set for FCS teams. Maybe that's, in the future at some point way down the line. But I think this team would grade out very, very favorably looking over all teams that have played FCS level. I think the Jackrabbits get it done and cap off a great year.
Just to confirm your hypothesis there, Jeff Sagarin's ratings has them the 3rd best FCS team of all time before the championship game. That, of course, could change. Now, when you say that they're a top 25 power-rated team in the FBS, I have them 18th, pardon me, just behind Oregon State. Mind you, this is pre-transfer. This is the end of season. Tennessee, they are 2.5 points behind Missouri. They're ahead of Clemson, Louisville, Arizona, Utah. Do with that information what you may.
No doubt. Dude, it's crazy. So, Sagarin, who are the top 2 teams? Now I have to know. Who are the top 2 teams all time, Sagarin's FCS?
Now I'm going off of just memory from seeing the tweet earlier. So I know it's 2013 North Dakota State, 2018 North Dakota State. I don't remember which order that they are in. I believe 2013 I think is on top. I could be wrong about that. But Brad Powers tweeted out. Go check his tweet. He's got that.